Alright, so how y'all doing, boys? Hope you're doing well. Now, in today's video, just going to be a quick one. I was just wanting to talk over who my picks would be and what I'd recommend for the 40 million download celebration. Thank you, Draw. Now, with the 40 million download celebration, obviously we have Gotha as our main banner. Absolutely phenomenal unit, but along with this, we have our daily login, and for every day that goes by, we get a free multi-summon ticket. Now, from what I've heard, yeah, 7% SSR rates, which is absolutely insane, but actually having a look at the banner, I mean, for a free banner, it's obviously expected not to have the best units. I mean, there's definitely some good picks in here from what I can see. The Leonis Elizabeth, insanely good for the Hasvalga raid. Heaps good there. This Gotha can be used for like one of the guild bosses. Escanor and the Merlin are both like good linking associations, but other than that, I mean, Game Machine's great for like the gold farming. Green Draw is just an overall fun unit. Pretty good. I mean, if you're looking at it just for like the sake of Super Awakening coins, absolutely gorgeous banner, but with however many summons you do, we have these three selectors here which allow you to pick what characters you want. They're all guaranteed. So who would I pick for this first one? Now, all three of these are kind of going to be dependent on what kind of content you want to beat. For this first one, I really only recommend the Lily of Desire for waifu purposes. If you have both the other two units and you don't have the Lily of Desire, by all means pick her, but when it comes to the other two, Dariari of Purity, most PvE content that's released now is kind of made in a way to counter her. When she was originally released, she got absolutely abused in every single type of content, massive numbers. They even made like sort of like effects on like final bosses and whatnot, where they did like an extra 1,000 damage to demons, and then people just end up using taunt units and still using the Dariari. So nowadays she's only really good for the hell version of Crimson. Yeah, really only Crimson Raid is what she's good for. Wouldn't really recommend you using her in PvP or anything. So if that's what you're looking to do, maybe you still don't have her, by all means select her. But in all honesty, probably the best selection for this is Grandmaster Zarachas. Now, Grandmaster Zarachas there is a final boss Diane that's meant to come back or come out soon for the global version. Most likely will be next week. I've heard he's very good for that, but other than that, his main purpose in Grand Cross is for the Belmoth raid. He's definitely the best unit for the Belmoth raid, and like can be used by both parties. Like, it's not like the, say, Leonis, what's her name, the Danafor Liz, who's like only good on one team. You can really use him on both sides, so you can replace him with Jericho and whatnot, but I'd 100% recommend picking Grandmaster Zarachas for this first one. Maybe if you already have him, or if you're just not interested in using him, sure, go for Dariari. But for the second one here, this one's a little bit less, like, you know, hard to choose. Once again, middle unit in the middle, Noblesse Eastern. Unless you're using the like Purgatory Barn team for PvP, even then, like, I'd still recommend having like Barn, the Excalibur Arthur, and like the third unit. If you have the Holy Relic for Twigo, by all means use him in the front. That's like the best team in the game at the moment. If not, either use Noblesse Eastern or maybe like a Kyo, or even like the unit before we were looking at, the Lily of Desire, is also a pretty good pick, but Noblesse Eastern probably the worst pick for this one. Now, jumping over to Danafor Liz, once again, extremely good for the Belmoth raid. Unlike Zarachas though, one party uses the Danafor Liz and the other uses like a cleanser and whatnot. So I personally didn't have Danafor Liz until the $40 million like download celebration came out. Summoned and got like a 3.6 version, so if you guys haven't seen the summons, I'd recommend checking them out. But yeah, no, Danafor Liz definitely a good pick, especially if you don't have her. But yeah, she's really only good for that content. Like, she is also good for like hits like the bosses, being able to just like guarantee yourself that 2-star rank up right off the bat. Also really good for Grey Demon, but once again, like content like Grey Demon, even on hell difficulty nowadays, it's just not difficult enough. Like, it's not something you like really need to pick units for, but the main unit I would recommend picking on this second step would be the Fighter Diane. At the moment, until the Halloween Matrona comes out, which will probably be 3-4 weeks maybe, she is like the best tank. Well, no, she is the best tank for the Hasvalga raid. Would 100% recommend using her, especially over like the Valentine's Derry. She has like, this one has the 3-turn taunt compared to Derry's 1-turn, which makes her infinitely better. Which, I mean, I know at the moment she really only has that use, but with Hasvalga raid being like the hardest content in the game, you definitely want to pick her. And like, For that reason alone, I'd say she's definitely like the best pick for this second one. But jumping over to the third one, we have these three here. Now, honestly, these are all kind of more like exclusive units. Like, Ludociel has been like overthrown by Margaret, and especially with how Super Awakening has come out. He's only in like the top 40, 30 highest CC characters, so it's really, really hard to get his passive off. Marcia Valenti is definitely good. She's not in any top tier teams, though. Her block effect is really nice. Can be really good alongside Margaret, but with the release of this new Gurtha, it's kind of overshadowed a little bit, that block card. Once again, yeah, the AoE is still strong and whatnot. And Lost Fate Meliodas, he's good. This is a Ragnarok Meliodas. He's going to be out on more banners. If you didn't have him and you're looking to get him, that's cool, but I just don't feel as if though he hits as hard as the Red Meliodas, or it's even as good as the Red Meliodas. Like, the taking a crit and ranking up all your skills is just such a good passive, like especially for like a year 1 unit. Absolutely insane. But yeah, when it comes to these, I'd really recommend whoever, if you don't have Ludociel of Flash, or even using dupes, using him as an association for multiple teams is extremely good. So I'd most likely recommend picking the Ludociel Flash. If not, I'd say these two probably come tied in second. It's really up to who you want. I feel as if though the Valenti of Obsession will be on more banners, but this Meliodas is still in like some of the ticket banners, like the SR ones. If we go over to here, I believe we should be able to find him somewhere. Yeah, right down at the bottom. So yeah, he's still accessible and like he will definitely come back soon, but probably not the best pick. I'd definitely recommend Ludociel Flash over these two just for association. If you have him 6/6, it's really up to you, whoever you find more fun. But I mean, there we go, real short video, kind of just wanted to give my opinion on this. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit like button, subscribe, really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.